Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today I have a special update for you. Have you experienced this interesting energy a bit differently right now? Something is happening. We have a strong Taurus influence in the present energy, and we may feel like we need some refreshment. Do you feel like you need some refreshment in your life? Do you feel like you need to press the pause button in your loop of whatever you're doing, and you need to do some new things, go to some new places, try something new, talk with some new people, and just stop living the way you've been living until now for some time, to get a new perspective, to notice in what kind of direction your life is moving. Maybe you've started waking up in a rapid pace and you've noticed that so many things in your life are not fitting your lifestyle anymore. Are you noticing that? Because Taurus energy is all about let's say awareness of our roots and noticing what aspects of our lives are kind of ungrounded. For example, for somebody who's doing well financially and has some problems in maybe in social life or in family life, the family aspect or the social aspect needs or requires some grounding, which means it requires some attention and some nourishment, and that's something we need to take care of, right? Or sometimes it's vice versa. We may be really social, or we may be taking care of our families with great sense of love and compassion and kindness, but our financial life is struggling, and therefore the financial life needs to grow some roots, right? And we don't know how to do that. And we can't find solutions if we're constantly rushing from day to day, right? We're so busy doing so many different things. And then there comes a Taurus, right? On April 20, Sun went into the sign of Taurus. We have a Mercury retrograde, which can cause some energetic disturbance in many people's minds and emotional system. But Taurus is this important energy that reminds us of our inner system, what requires a grounding, what requires a bit more attention, and what requires release, right? Surrendering. So I want to give you this update today because I've noticed many people are dealing with this kind of realizations, like I need to refresh my life a little bit. I need to become more present. I need to practice being patient because I want to experience fast results, but nothing is moving forward, right? More we are impatient, more we're pushing things away. So the cure for being impatient is to develop a muscle of being patient. And that's just how we start creating more balance in our lives. So balance means that you take care of both aspects of one thing, right? Each coin has two sides, and we need to make sure that we're taking care or nurturing both two sides of the coin. So when it comes to results, results come from action and time, right? We need to take action, and then we need time so the seed can grow into something. So if you're constantly taking action but being impatient, it means that there's no balance in the aspect of creating results. So imagine planting a seed and every single day looking how it is growing and evolving. It will not be happy, right? It will not be a happy seed. So you need to make sure that you develop a muscle of being patient. And the easiest way to develop a muscle of being patient is to focus on something else, right? Focus on something else. Which means that I remember when I've started this YouTube channel, for example, and I wanted to experience a fast growth. I wanted, when you post the first video and you hope that somebody will see it and nobody see it, and you post another video and another video and another video, and you notice, well, nobody is watching that, so the only solution is to keep up, let's improving, and let's see where it will take me. But I'm grateful that my YouTube channel is not my only thing. I'm painting, I'm helping people, I'm coaching people, I'm writing a lot, I'm doing many different things. I'm passionate about sports, so I have many different things to balance myself. So when I know that I did my best at something, I go to something else. And that's what helps me to develop being patient at certain area of my life. And that is so important right now when it comes to this Taurus energy, because you may be working on so many changes. I've noticed here in community, so many people started completely upgrading their lives. I've met so many people who wrote their first book. There's many artists here in the community. Many of you started fresh new YouTube channels. Many of you started maybe selling your art or doing something that is completely new for yourself. And I know that the biggest struggle for many people is waiting to see the results, right? That's why I want to encourage you. Right now is the perfect time to make a plan. Like, what else brings you a sense of, let's say, a sense of satisfaction, a sense of fulfillment, so you can balance yourself. Don't just focus on the thing that is kind of really important to you. Like, let's say you have that project where you want to make some results with, let's say you've started selling your art and you want to see results, you want to see the first sales, and then you're constantly looking if somebody ordered the thing. You also need to have something that will help you to forget about what you're working on in your life, right? Like for me, when I go outside on my bike, I forget about everything. And the magic happens when we surrender. The things that we actually want them to happen much faster because we're not looking for them to happen. And things always find us when we stop waiting them to find us, right? That's how the universe works. And we can find it in all different aspects. How often it happened to you that you wanted certain person to call you or to message you, and you were waiting and nothing happened, and then you've forgotten and you got a message. Or whatever it was. It happened so many times, right? Taurus is reminding you, keep the balance in your life. Make sure that your roots stay grounded. When you're waiting so much something to happen, you're losing the sense of groundedness. That's why it's so important to remind yourself of your roots. Another thing that is really important right now is to see this time as time of great transformation. I know that many of you are already seeing that, but we don't think about that when we are kind of worrying when things will happen, right? And worry pulls us away from seeing or believing or trusting into the potential, into the best possible potential outcome, right? So see this time as time of huge transformation. There's a great saying by Dr. Bruce Lipton. He said civilization is on the threshold of profound evolutionary leap. And This is what is happening to many of us. So see this time as time of great transformation. Don't just focus on the results that you want to see, but actually focus on how much you're growing while walking towards the results that will find you as the change that happened in your character, in your personality, in your soul, as you're walking on that path of growth and expansion. So see this time as time of transformation. When something is not going your way, remember it is going in the way of your soul. Sometimes your intellectual mind may not be able to comprehend what is happening right now, but on your soul level, like your soul is celebrating, oh yeah, I needed that because I had no idea how it feels like. And sometimes our mental struggle is actually the greatest upgrade for our soul. So make sure that you have practices in your day that helps you to let go of your mind. And if you're wondering what it means, well, if we have a great practice of meditation and we become consistent with it, we learn to let go of the mind. Like if you practice gratitude, you learn to let go of the mind because you connect with your senses. Mind is pulling you away from your senses. But gratitude brings you closer into your heart where you let go of your mind, right? We can think about feeling, but when we start feeling more, we start thinking less, right? That's why gratitude is so important, but not that senseless gratitude. When people are repeating certain affirmation that doesn't spark any real sensation of gratitude. When I think about gratitude, or when I talk about gratitude, I talk about feeling grateful. It's the sensation you experience when you see a sunrise, right? Or when you're at a vacation and you experience the most beautiful sunset. How do you feel it? You don't think, oh, what beautiful colors. You feel those colors, right? You don't think, oh, the sounds are really nice. You feel the sounds, right? You feel the beauty of everything. You experience nature through senses. That's what it means to be grateful. That's why all ancient teachers were talking about the power of gratitude. They were not talking about think gratefully. They were talking about be grateful, right? Not think gratefully, be grateful. And being means experience it wholly, right? Another great thing, how can you use this present energy is to release any negative patterns. Like, not all of them, because it's impossible to release them at one time, but recognize what's the pattern that doesn't serve you anymore, because you're changing so much, you're transforming so much at this time, and you feel it. Let me know in the comment section if you feel it, like you're transforming so much right now. And transformation means that we apply more of what works and we let go of what doesn't work, right? That's how transformation can happen. So we slowly let go of patterns that doesn't serve us anymore, and we embody more of those ones, like the healthier ones, that can actually help us to become who we are meant to be, who we want to be, who we are inspired to become. And at that point, there are certain phases, like chapters, or let's say moments between old chapter and the new chapter. Like right now we can call this time as the moment or the phase between old and the new chapter. And this is the phase where we can reflect a little bit how we've been living until now, and what was that one thing that was slowing us down, or that was kind of lowering down our energy, that could actually help us to improve our life so much if we would stop doing that. Maybe something related to your diet, something related to how you're expressing yourself, maybe with your coworkers, maybe with your partner, with your family, whoever. Maybe how you're treating money, finances. Are you constantly spending, overspending? Are you maybe saving too much and you're not doing anything for yourself? Or, we always need to seek for the balance in everything. But we need to know what balance means, right? If you're giving too much and not saving enough, it will not be okay. If you're constantly saving, but maybe not investing into anything, again, you will not do much with that. You may feed your sense of security, but not investing into your future, right? So there's always a space for balance. But we need to look at this, or we need to ask ourselves how well we are nurturing that, right? We always need to remember that everything has two sides. Each coin has two sides. Everything has two sides. So when it comes to your health, when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to anything, all of that has two sides. Relationships are such an interesting aspect because one side of the coin is relationship with ourselves, and the other side of the coin is relationship we have with anybody else. And we notice when we have a beautiful relationship with ourselves, we have more beautiful relationships with others. It's always a reflection. And Taurus then is reminding you, look within. Look within. How satisfied you are with your life right now, and learn to channel the energy and tension through the things that actually bring you a sense of fulfillment. So what I mean by that? Well, until now you've acquired a lot of tension from many hard moments from your life, many hard sensations. But life offered you also opportunities to channel that energy. Like, I've learned in my life that if I'm working too much, I also need to take time to work out and to visit beautiful places in nature that remind me of the meaning of life. Like, simplicity. But eventually I've learned that my work needs to be fun. If my work is fun, I'm joyful about it. And if I'm joyful about it, I'm really creative. And if I'm really creative, my work transforms into a creative process. And when work transforms into a creative process, it doesn't feel like work anymore. It feels like creative transformation, right? And that's something that eventually we all find out at some point of our soul evolution. We need to transform our work, something that provides us income, something that provides us a connection with people, a sense of service, needs to become like a constant opportunity to grow and to transform oneself. And I think that is the only way that we can keep becoming better and keep staying inspired and creative at whatever we're doing. And it doesn't mean that if you're not there yet that you should quit your job and just start doing something creatively. It means that even at your job you should become more creative. You should keep looking up for being the best version of yourself you can be, and at some point when you will notice that your worth is not being appreciated and that you can do more and that you can create more in your life, maybe it's time to change, right? It's time for change, and you will know what to do. But be patient with that. It's not right now a time to do those big decisions in your life, but actually find a new perspective. Like, go visit some new places. Maybe talk with some people you haven't met for a long time. And just slow down. A great time to slow down a little bit right now. Do some, whatever brings you a sense of self-care. Deepen it a little bit. And really gain that greater connection with yourself. Ask yourself, what do I need right now? Like, not what I needed 2 weeks ago, but what do I need right now, right at this moment? Like, what do I really need? And notice what will come up and make sure that you provide that to yourself. That's what will fill up your cup of life, and you will feel much better after it. Your self-worth will rise, your self-confidence will rise, and your attitude towards yourself will expand it in a positive way, right? You will start to look at yourself that you're actually a beautiful thing, a beautiful creature, right? A beautiful being. And that's something you need to remind yourself right now. So make sure that you're flexible with yourself, right? Not being so stuck, not being so serious, but actually remind yourself that life is anyway uncertain. So enjoy what life is offering right now. Learn to enjoy what life is offering you right now. If you forgot about how it feels, well, do something that can bring you that. When you were a little kid, it was so easy for you, but maybe at some point you've forgotten about it. It's time, my friend, to manifest once again that sense of joy in your life. So do something that can bring you that. You deserve it. Like, for me, I just go to places where I feel like that. Like, I have some spots in some certain spots in nature where I just experience that. I go to travel, I know where I need to go to recharge my soul, and that's what I provide to myself when I need it. And my friends, you deserve that. So provide that to yourself. Whatever you feel that will bring you that sense of wholeness once again. Because it lives within you. It was never lost. You were never disconnected from it. But because of your busy life and busy schedule, you may felt like a bit disconnected from that sensation. But it was always within you. When you go to those maybe beautiful places, or you connect with those beautiful people, or you do something that reminds you of that, what happens? You get back to yourself, right? You get back into that wholeness that was always within you. And the other thing that happens is a great realization. Like, is this truly necessary to live life in such a rush that you forget about what's actually important for you, right? And maybe it brings you a new sensation of clarity. Like, oh, this is what I need to change. And that's what initiates a new transformation that can bring you to the next level. So my friends, enjoying this incredible but intense energy. I'm sending you all lots of love, blessings, and power. Thanks for supporting my art in our Etsy shop. I Draw My Passion. You're all truly appreciated. We added some updates there, so go there and check it out. And till next time, one love.